How was your pee break?
My pee break.
They might flash you on TikTok.
Random baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
I, too, am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
Around? But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave. Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor. Let's go. Happy hump day. Oh, yeah. Guys, wow. We have so much housekeeping to go over. It's definitely giving Mrs. Doubtfire. But before that, okay, all the platitudes, like, subscribe. I'm the worst. I am the absolute worst at self-promoting. So we're going to just do this instead. Okay, first of all, you know that you are overstimulated and that your social battery has run out in the best way possible and that your head is spinning when the coffee ain't working. Okay, like, you know that feeling when you have put in the work, like it is hump day and you're like, you can taste, it's a sensory experience, the wine that is waiting for you that night. Like, it is going down like Chinatown tonight. And as if my head weren't spinning enough just from the ongoing, like, mental jujitsu of the internet, I hop on Instagram, okay, before coming on this fine program, and I am dead. I am dead on the floor, deceased. Okay, what do I see? And it actually fits perfectly because I DIY'd this episode like a half an hour ago, and it all has a theme and what have you. I know it's something so unpredictable for Talk to Me, Taylor, but basically not being what they want you to be. And just saying, screw it, screw them. Like, I'm not supposed to curse as much, but fuck them, right? If this isn't giving that, I don't know what does. Okay, I thought that this trend had to be dead and buried. And don't take a memo from Jesus. Don't come back. Just die. Okay, the kind of chic trend. I said this days ago. 72 hours, whatever, the James Franco cutting his own arm off like 170 hours ago. I was like, this trend needs to die, except, okay, for this exception, I freaking go on to Instagram. And who do I see but Bibi Netanyahu doing the kind of chic trend? I'm crying. If this isn't throwing out the window, like 99.999% of the world is like, Jews are evil, Jews are demonic, war criminal, and this guy is out here. Also, like, the fact that he was this much of a fox, but wait, can you guys see this kind of chic to serve in the IDF? Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, is that George Clooney's like body double? What are we talking about? Wait, the sunglasses, no, I'm crying. Like, who does this man's, wait, no, the first one, it's kind of chic to love your country with the Israeli flag in the background. It's like giving like Obama hope poster reboot. I'm crying. Oh, I'm just seeing this now. And he has Queen. Another one bites the dust as the soundtrack. Wow. If this is giving no Fs, I don't even know. Oh, you conservatives will love this. It's kind of chic to have the greatest friend, and it's him and Trump. They're like Boy Scouts. Look at this. I am crying, guys. Wow. What a way to go into this. I mean, but really, Trump set this precedent, right? Even like tweeting like a toddler or like, Sharon down the road on one too many rosés, like with typos on Facebook at like 2 a.m. Like, what about like tweeting just unhinged? And I think that's why, again, love him or hate him, but it's that idea of like, I'm not going to be what you want me to be, like the outsider, the disruptor, not classic, uptight, polished, fake robot career politician. And it was just contagious. And now it's like Trump walked so Bibi could run. And here we are. Wow, what a time to be alive. But it goes to show you, people, it works. Okay, housekeeping for the people in the back. I am basically a one-woman show. So like, I am basically the housekeeper. I'm the IT guy. I'm the made I'm the janitor. So first things first, I made a Talk to Me Taylor playlist on Spotify for you. I slaved away over this, okay, sweating like a modern day Mozart on a Sunday, on the day of rest, on the Lord's Day, out by the pool when the normies were like throwing back White Claws. And where was I but getting carpal tunnel, putting this symphony together for you. And I just had this kind of like strike of inspiration. And it is a little bit over 200 songs, and they're all songs. It's called TTMT Core is the Spotify playlist. And they're all songs that in some way, shape, or form are like the essence of Talk to Me Taylor, or, you know, are politically incorrect or will inspire you. But it started off truthfully as a playlist to amp you up, like an anti-establishment playlist, anti-normie playlist of like not conforming. And then it just went into like, it's Carly J. Repson, it's Michael Jackson, it's Bare Naked Ladies, it's Britney, it's Twisted Sister, it's Billy Joel. I mean, like the gang's all here. Okay. And I hope it just makes you smile. Like I was telling one of my loyal viewers, like if you listen to any of these songs and you don't feel something, like get a pulse check. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you, or like rip your ears off, because in some way, shape, or form, they just make you want to like get your fat ass up and dance, or like just fire you up to go against the man, do your thing, whatever it is. So check that out. Check out the Substack, Talk to Me Substack, as always. I haven't posted today yet, but I do know what my next post is going to be about. I posted a video about Caitlin Clark like a month and a half ago. This is maybe a little on the nose. It has started a civil war in the comments. People are still coming every morning. I'm like, let's get over this Instagram. Like, it's a new day, a new dollar. Like, I got a like to lead every day, every hour, new notification, people liking it, commenting, It's nuts. It has like almost 1,000 comments. So I'm going to explore why that is in a little bit. And of course, look at this. Look at this beaut. Look at this beaut. I'm holding up a glossy, flossy, smart, sexy, Gorgina issue, the sex issue of Evie magazine, because you're looking at the newest columnist for Evie magazine. I am so excited. If you don't know, now you know. But Evie is, the way I describe it, it's sort of like TTMT Core. It's beauty, boobs, brains, and sort of the counterculture to what I had been screaming about from the inside for years when it came to women and the skewed narratives around like quote unquote feminism and all of it. And for years, I always felt like I was on my own little island. Like, why isn't anybody, hello, like, good morning, wake up and smell the coffee. And they're it. And I couldn't be more excited. And so every Friday, like, just call me Carrie Bracha. I couldn't help but wonder, like, why everybody is retarded. No, but I'm really going to be looking at, as I do, something in society, culture, politics, pop culture, and flip it on its head and use all of my street cred and experience in the machine, in the media machine, interviewing everybody to just basically like said what I said. I said what I said. Ask the questions, call out the crazy chaos and contradictions. And the first column drops this Friday. So I could not be more stoked on that. So speaking of, right, not being like what you think you have to be. So the reason I'm so brain dead, I don't know if you guys are like this, but like when your girl socializes, like she goes all out. She is committed to the cause. And that's what I mean with the social battery. It's like the yin and the yang. It's also why I am a hermit homebody, like living in a basement, like Brie Larson in Room, like holding myself hostage, because I need to recharge. I need one for the other. You know, I go all in on both. And I actually am coming from an amazing lunch with a handful, maybe 10 to 15 Evie girls. Brittany, the founder, her amazing sisters-in-law, big influencers, podcasters, women who write for Evie, read Evie. And first of all, I was like, this whole crowd and Brittany, like, it is like a vortex that I have never seen. I'm like, where have all of these people been hiding of hot, smart women? I'm like, where have you been all my life? I mean, seriously, I will do that rendition again. And yes, like Rihanna, I'll take my royalties. No, but and it's not just hot women who are like bimbos and airheads, like have it going on. One was like a big guest model. One has a like really successful clothing line. Obsessed. But I will say, Evie's definitely more conservative leaning for sure. And I love their whole ethos because again, it's the counterculture to the mainstream left leaning idea of like feminism and women hating themselves and men and all this crap, right? But they're definitely more on the conservative side for sure. And you know me, I come rolling up like tits out, no bra. I have the visual support in the shoes that I wore. And I kind of thought to myself, like, do you tone it down for the crowd? Like, read the room or what you think. That's the thing, right? What we think, what we've been programmed to be. Because, okay, I'm getting mad at myself. And I had this inner monologue. I had this whole, well, I'm like always listening to the voices in my head, but I had this whole conversation in my head. And even with my mom and I got into it because my mom's very like conservative fashionista, and we butt heads all the time because she thinks that I'm not dressing like appropriately or switch it up, or it doesn't always have to be pink, which I'm in white today. Get at me, everybody, but my underwear are pink. So no, I'm just kidding. But you know, that idea to sort of like fit, not a box, but like fit in more, be more accepted, right? And so she and I like duked it out last night, and I said, I'm going to just be me. I'm just going to go and I'm going to be me. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? That's why I love what they are doing with Evie, because it is all about real feminine power, not the boxes, not the this, the that, not the platitudes, but just owning feminine power and all that it can be and what that looks like. And so I show up, and I'm not saying this to pat myself on the back, but I'm telling you this because it just goes to show that the internet isn't real life. It's not real life. And in my last couple pieces on Substack, I talked about like even the political avatars that we've all become, even someone like an AOC, and seeing the humanity that I relate to in her egg freezing journey. But even some of these, like it felt so nice to be me, and how let me get the visual aid for you as well. Okay, these are what I rolled up in. Check, yeah. There they are. Here they are. And to, you know, have them excited, like, oh my God, I love the pink. It's Elle Woods. I need that outfit. Da da da. It's great because it's like, again, not to be like be a flex, but it's like breaking your own expectations in the prisons of our minds of what we think we have to be, who certain people are, what they expect, and just busting it out. Like, says who? Says the actual F who. But the most surprising moment, I'm not gonna lie, was when there was a big podcaster there who I've followed. And I'm not gonna lie, I've called this person out before on the show. Not that I said that to her, and she was lovely, by the way, in person. And I called her out on the show for some of this stuff, for some of the, what I often call out, like the pearl clutching, women are whores, women degrade themselves, you know, that we see often coming from the right. The most unlikely person, right? So I walk by after going to the bathroom, and she literally stops me. And she goes, I love your shoes. I mean, and I even said to her, I was like, they would look great with your outfit. She's wearing this cute little dress. So it just goes to show, like, whether you are BB on the meme train, which I cannot, you know, or if you're rolling up wherever you are, however you are, like how you will break out of your own expectations, limitations, all of this. And it's really freeing. And it's also like, give people a little credit again, because we have all become the Sims. Like, we think that they're going to think this or they're going to judge this. And half the time it's just not the case at all. And what I'm going to lay out today is what happens when you try to contort, shapeshift, pretzel, and you look like a hot mess. You look like wishy-washy, short-term memory loss Joe Biden. Like, because it's like, what are you about even? What are you really about? Because you're trying to please this person, that person, the plant outside, the this, the that. And you just look ridiculous. Like, you just look like a clown, i.e. what we're seeing in the WNBA, you know? And the absolute mental Olympics that these people will put themselves in to not piss people off. Hey, Glocknor, love you, Taylor. You're the best. Oh, love you too. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I'm not even going to bring you through the investigative Sherlock Holmes timeline. I can't even keep up with myself because it's so absurd. But say even like the Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham stuff, the Indiana Fever coach, all of it. It's like, first the coach, like, I'm even lost in it. I'm like, lost in translation. What even is happening? Like, first she's backing Caitlin Clark. Then you have these grown-ass women out here, and they're asked about biological men playing in sports and women's sports in the WNBA. These bitches are like, I'm not educated enough to make a call. Educated for what? Like, a kindergartner could tell you the difference between that kind of pee-pee and that kind of pee-pee. This is basic. This is 5-year-old stuff. You're not educated enough to know if someone has a penis or not, if someone has testosterone or not. Like, what do we mean? What are you talking about? Like, that's the length. It literally is absurd. It is a circus. That's the lengths these people will go to cover their own ass. And now you have the Indiana Fever coach who's like backtracking and backpedaling and is like, no, the safety of our players. And even like the flagrant foul on Sophie Cunningham when it was like MMA, like sumo wrestling, she's like bloodied in the face, so obvious. Like, first the coach was like, I didn't see it, I was looking at my clipboard, or whatever, a rainbow outside. Now she's like, no, it was absurd. Like, it just makes you look ridiculous. Be about something, because we can all sniff out when you're not, even if it is BB with the kind of chic trend. I'm sorry. I'll never get over it. I will never be over it. So it just makes you look ridiculous. And especially when you boil this down to common sense, again, maybe we've graduated from kindergarten. Maybe at this point we're like 6th grade knowledge level. When you boil it down to what female power is, feminism is. This is a little bit of what my first column explores, so I'm not going to give it all away. But the idea of someone like, say, Sophie Cunningham, who is everything that the feminists, that these people, in theory, claim to cheer on and aspire to be. Okay, powerful, passionate, and successful in an otherwise male-dominated sphere like sports. Beautiful, hot, showing off her legs, intelligent, convicted, opinionated, no matter what those opinions are. It's like, now we're the arbiter. Oh, sorry, wrong opinion. Like, in theory, and it happens time and time and time again. Riley Gaines, Sophie Cunningham, like all of these people who are everything you're about, who are true feminism at its core. Think about it. Equal playing field, quite literally playing field with the guys. Feminine, fierce, strong, but no, wrong type of woman. Like, it makes you people look like you have amnesia. It makes you look unhinged. Like, be about it. And that's the part that is so crazy. And that's where, again, to go into all of this, like, when you're trying to contort and be something else of what they want, it doesn't work. Like, babe, it's not a good, like, it ain't working. Here's a good example too. So I love telling this story, and I don't tell it that often, but you know, with all of this transpiring, I was like, right, this is why it was so maddening to be in the mainstream media for these feminist quote outlets, like at the height of Me Too and all that. Okay. And I would call from the inside, it was just maddening. I was like, what don't these people get? Like the things, and again, the lengths that they are willing to go to double down on their narrative is borderline psychosis. One instance that really stands out is when I interviewed Charlize Theron. And again, it was in the height of all of this. And she was promoting the movie Tully, which was about like a single mom and all this like feminist themes. But the director was a guy, which again, at the time, it's like, oh, even still, like, especially coming from these females, oh, here's he speak no evil, oh, penis bad, testosterone bad, blah. Like, no, you can't even say the word, suggest that a guy could be a good guy. All men bad. And I thought that it was so refreshing because in the interview, I asked Charlize Theron about it. I said, we're in the height of this really polarized time. You know, you have a male director behind this feminist movie. And I loved her answer because it was something I very much advocated for and was aligned with. And she said, great, bring the men in. Awesome. Like the more the merrier. Like learn our stories, get behind it. Like, let's go. Great. Like, come join the party, be in the fold. And I was like, how refreshing, right? Because again, at the time, it's like, no, men bad. Like, me no like, men no good, right? And I have the receipts too. I saved all the screenshots from these email correspondence because you never know. And like, I am out here documenting like Inspector Gadget could never. And I pitched that angle to the outlet. And it was Bustle. And I said, how refreshing, like having a guy helming this film, this feminist film. And the editor wrote me back and she was basically like, why would we basically put like a guy on a pedestal or like elevate a guy when you have this like feminist movie? And I was like, right, par for the course. And then they buried the male angle like way into the depths of the ocean of that story, like basically like where the Titanic remnants are. And it was just like, right, so sad. And I set all that up because this last little tidbit I have for the last 5 minutes is with the male showrunner of the big Apple TV show Women in Blue, Los Azules. And I aired the first part with the 2 lead actresses on Monday. And the story, it's based on a real story of in the 70s in Mexico when the police force hired a group of women. And it was a PR stunt because they were trying to cover up going after a serial killer at the time. Like badass. And again, not the performative, misogyny, sexism, but like the real thing. Very like Hidden Figures. And so I asked the showrunner about that, the idea of like being a dude and how everything now is scrutinized. They'll pick it apart 7 ways from Sunday and how he kind of navigated that. So I thought it was really interesting. So I'm going to play that now, and then I'm going to come back with some last words about Karoline Leavitt. I'm so devastated. I'm so upset by what's transpired. But anyways, the showrunner, writer, director of Women in Blue. I'm going to play it now, and maybe I'll keep myself up on the screen while I play it because I just merely to make you feel uncomfortable. All right, here we go. 5 minutes in heaven. Awesome. Taylor Ferber, talk to me, Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I told the ladies as well. I'm so sorry if I sound like a pubescent boy. I'm coming out of being under the weather, but I'm here, in enthusiasm to be with you all. So
no, we're happy. We're happy. Even we're open to any kind of voices.
Perfect. Well, out of the gate, season 2, congrats.
Thank you.
I was telling the ladies, this whole thing is so badass. And of course that it's, rooted in real events and bringing this to light. And I don't know if you caught winds of this, but it really struck me. It was a clip of Zoe Saldana. And I don't know if it's old or new, but it recently circulated. And she talked about how much she loved men behind the camera, portraying women, writing women, getting it right, such as yourself. And I agree.
I agree. I've always said, as you know, for years now being a reporter, we don't need to gatekeep to just have women portray women. So talk to me about that. Is it a little bit of like you can pat yourself on like a humble brag? And also, we know, everyone's out to nitpick and pick apart, right? So I'm sure you cross your T's, dot your I's, and think about that. But tell me what goes on in your mind in that process.
Well, yeah. I mean, first of all, I think that I agree with you. I think everybody can write everybody, because at the end of the day, we're human beings, and
Yeah.
and we are, at the end of the day, we're writing. Just we're sort of vessels experiencing the world through emotion, and emotions are universal. And I think that if there's something that I think I'm out of my element on, and perhaps I can't relate to as clearly, then it's my job as a writer to connect to somebody in order to better understand whatever it is I'm not fully getting, no? And I think that perhaps it's not having the arrogance of thinking that you can connect to everything, and you are sort of, gifted with every single emotion. And I think that if I wanted to write about somebody who's, lost a child, for example, I would for sure, I can imagine, I have children, but I would for sure try to connect to somebody that has gone through that, and get that experience. And I think that Azules was that. I come from a matriarchal home, no doubt. Like, my mother is absolute ruler, dictator of and of
Yeah.
my entire family. And
I'm Italian, by the way, so we were the same.
There you
It's how
go.
we roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my wife plays Maria, so I always had somebody that I could bounce ideas off of, and
Love.
and I have two daughters that I could show the scripts to, and I have incredible
Okay.
writers that are, both men and women in the writers' room. But at the end of the day, I just, I've been gifted with this opportunity to work on the show, and I agree that some people, some people do think that, I need to justify my entire team in order
Exactly.
to do it. But at the end of the day, it's let's just watch the show, and if we think that it reflects something honestly, then let's just leave it at that. No.
Hey, let art be art, right? That's what
Yeah.
I've always said. Who are
Yes.
we to be the arbiters and dictate? I gotta let you go, but since you did, your wife's part of it, your daughters, we always say, right? Women are from Venus, men are from Mars. What is something in this process you've learned about women?
I've learned that a lot of the things that perhaps society thinks are weaknesses are actually strengths, and such as empathy, for example. I think that empathy is that which opens the door for the Azules to do a proper investigation. And I think that if male police officers in that time had a little bit more empathy, perhaps we would have avoided a lot of the massacres, a lot of the injustice. And I think that men in general, especially in Latin American countries, we are taught to conceal our vulnerability and conceal our empathy in favor of other, say, like, I guess, stronger things. But I think that then we spend the second half of our lives trying to reconnect to our vulnerability and reconnect to our empathy. And so I think Las Azules put me on a fast track towards that.
Absolutely. Back to your family, my family, a strong matriarch. Let's be real. When the matriarch goes, the unit falls apart,
Yes.
right? So just saying, not sorry. Appreciate you. I got a rapid speed, rapid fire interview, but congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the interview.
So only in the stars can you come to a poetic ending like that, because he's talking all about women and leadership and qualities women have, like vulnerability, and how, it brings such a different power than men. And what have you, but the news today that I just saw before hopping on here about Karoline Leavitt leaving as press secretary, who in my mind embodies all of this. Again, it's what I was saying earlier. First of all, defying what and who they think you need to be. She totally broke that mold. So on top of her shit, so on her game, smart, and yet like pregnant and with a baby on her hip, like goals. goals, put it in a PowerPoint presentation and replay it on my head, okay, until that is me. So that, but also, again, the idea that this is somebody, regardless of politics, how could any self-affirming, empowered woman not see that as empowering, as something to aspire to? Like, literally, you need to get your brain checked. Order a lobotomy tomorrow if there's something about that that upsets you. I would be, look at me with AOC. I don't care if it's my political arch enemy or nemesis for that matter. I would still be able to recognize, damn, that is badass. And that's exactly what this does. So Karoline Leavitt isn't done just yet. I think she has like through the end of the month or something, Trump said, but I'm so upset about it. I just, her power, everything, again, like just seeing it. She doesn't even have to say it, but just seeing it is so fire. And it's everything worth celebrating, at least for women, and worth aspiring to, right? Again, not being what you think or what they think you should or have to be, and how that just moves mountains and makes waves and is so fire. So I'm really distraught about it, but also happy that it happened. You know, don't be sad that it, what's it say? Don't be sad that it ended. Be happy that it happened, or whatever the hell it is. Anyways, we love the platform, just like this show. So with that, I gotta let you go. I will see you Friday, and we got some good stuff coming up. And yes, Friday column, first in Evie magazine. Again, women, boobs, brains, the real female empowerment, not the boxes, not the platitudes, what they all told us or tell us to be, but on our own terms. So first column coming out Friday. I cannot wait. Be there, mark your calendars, and I will see you Friday night.
Chris, how was your pee break?
My pee break.
It might flash you. Understand?
Random, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares. But I too am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor.